section. The vocals in this. The vocals in this section. The vocals in this section. I don't think we will. I don't think we will. The vocals. The vocals in. I think. Vocal. The vocal. The vocals in. I don't think we'll. I don't think we'll put the vocals in. The vocals in. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I don't think we'll put the vocals in. The vocals in this section. The vocals in this section. I. The vocals in this section. 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 section. I think it would be a waste of resources. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think it would. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I don't think we'll put the vocals. I don't think we'll put. I don't think we'll put the vocals. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste of resources. Speak with the no longer have to speak with it. No longer have to speak with
Hey there.
Don't see there's a way to be in a state of free fall. Seas of this underground till my life will keep to me in the skies I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste of our resources. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste of our resources. Song, the reason I wrote this song, basically I cannot to sing a song, the reason I wrote this song, basically to sing a song, the reason I wrote this song, basically the reason I wrote this song, basically the reason I wrote this song. Bacalluet. Upp och kyra, man får det i sus av Bacalluet.
Sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there.
I don't see there's a way to be in a state of freedom. Seas of this I grow till my life will keep you being it's my time.
Lol, did I escape? Now where do you think you're going, young man? Go on that thing. Sit there. Sit there. Yes. Go. Go over there. What I mean is to sit. Just sit. Just sit. 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 Good girl. Good Chucky. Good girl. Stay. Good girl. You can sleep. See, presents up.
The reason I wrote this song basically identical.
Sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, sure, man.
section. I think it would be a waste of resources. This section. I think it would be a waste of resources. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste of resources. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste. I don't think we'll put the I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste of resources. song, basically I cannot tell you the reason I wrote this song, basically I can't tell you the reason I wrote this song, basically tell you the reason I wrote this song, basically I cannot something to be the reason I wrote this song, basically I cannot the reason I wrote this song, basically I cannot something to be the reason I wrote this song, basically I cannot the reason I wrote this song, basically I cannot
Shirt man, hey there, shirt man, hey there. Hey there, shirt man, hey there, shirt man, hey there, shirt man, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there.
I don't see there's a way to be in a state of seas like this I grow till
Shirt man, hey there, shirt man, hey there. Hey there, shirt man, hey there, shirt man, hey there, shirt man, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there.
I don't see there's a way to be. I don't see there's a way to be. I don't see there's a way. I don't see there's a way. I don't see there's a way. I don't see there's a way to be in a state of seas like this I grow till I find the key to be. I don't think we'll put the vocals in. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste of a reason. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I put the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste of our resources. Song, you say the reason I wrote this song is to be I cannot push you up my hope that you see the back on the there's something to be kissed to never go away. I'm just trying to stay.
Sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there. Sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there. Sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. 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 Hey there. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there. Sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there. Chudley, 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 man, hey there, turd man, hey there. Hey there, turd. Chudley, 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 turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there. Man, hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man. Chudley, 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 turd man, hey there. Chudley, 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 turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there. Hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there.
I don't see there's a way to be in a state.
Chudley, 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 turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there. Hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there. Hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man. Hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man. Hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there. Hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there. Hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there. Hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there. Chudley, 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 turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there. Hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, turd man, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there.
I don't see there's a way to be in a state of I don't see. I don't see. I don't see there's a way to be in a state. I don't see there's a way to be in a state of seasonless. I cry on till I find I don't see there's a I don't see there's a way to be. I don't see. I don't see. I don't see there's a way to be in a state. I don't see there's a way to be in a state. I don't see there's a way to be in a state. I don't see there's a way to be in a state. I don't see. I don't see there's a way to be in a state. Time. sleep as away to be in a state of free fall. Seas of bliss I cry on till I the key to be in good skies. I
When I was a student studying robotics, a group of us decided to make a present for our professor's birthday. We wanted to program our robots to cut a slice of cake for him. We pulled an all-nighter writing the software, and the next day, disaster. We programmed this robot to cut a soft, round sponge cake, but we didn't coordinate well, and instead we received a square, hard ice cream cake. The robot flailed wildly and nearly destroyed the cake. Our professor was delighted anyway. He calmly pushed the stop button and declared the erratic behavior of the robot a control singularity, a robotics technical term. I was disappointed, but I learned a very important lesson. The physical world, with its physics laws and imprecisions, is a far more demanding space than the digital world. Today, I lead MIT's Computer Science and AI Lab, the largest research unit at MIT. This is our building, where I work with brilliant and brave researchers to invent the future of computing and intelligent machines. Today, in computing, artificial intelligence and robotics are largely separate fields. AI has amazed you with its decision-making and learning, but it remains confined inside computers. Robots have a physical presence and can execute pre-programmed tasks, but they're not intelligent. Well, this separation is starting to change. AI is about to break free from the 2D computer screen interactions and enter a vibrant physical 3D world. In my decision-making and separate fields, AI has amazed you with its decision-making and learning, but it remains confined inside computers. Robots have a physical presence and can execute pre-programmed tasks, but they're not intelligent. Well, this separation is starting to change. AI is about to break free from the 2D computer screen interactions and enter a vibrant physical 3D world. In my lab, we're fusing the digital intelligence of AI with the mechanical prowess of robots. Moving AI from the digital world into the physical world is making machines intelligent and leading to the next great breakthrough, what I call physical intelligence. Physical intelligence is when AI's power to understand text, images, and other online information is used to make real-world machines smarter. This means AI can help pre-programmed robots do their tasks better by using knowledge from data. With physical intelligence, AI doesn't just reside in our computers, but walks, rolls, flies, and interacts with us in surprising ways. Imagine being surrounded by helpful robots at the supermarket. The one on the left can help you carry a heavy box. To make it happen, we need to do a few things. We need to rethink how machines think. We need to reorganize how they are designed and how they learn. So for physical intelligence, AI has to run on computers that fit on the body of the robot. For example, our soft robot fish. Today's AI uses server farms that do not fit. Today's AI also makes mistakes. This AI system on a robot car does not detect pedestrians. For physical intelligence, we need small brains that do not make mistakes. We're tackling these challenges using inspiration from a worm called C. elegans. In sharp contrast to the billions of neurons in the human brain, C. elegans has a happy life on only 302 neurons. And biologists understand the math of what each of these neurons do. So here's the idea. Can we build AI using inspiration from the math of these neurons? We have developed, together with my collaborators and students, a new approach to AI we call liquid networks. And liquid networks results in much more compact and explainable solutions than today's traditional AI solutions. Let me show you. This is our self-driving car. It's trained using a traditional AI solution, the kind you find in many applications today. This is the dashboard of the car. In the lower right corner, you see the map. in the upper left corner, the camera input stream, and the big box in the middle with the blinking lights is the decision-making engine. It consists of tens of thousands of artificial neurons, and it decides how the car should steer. It is impossible to correlate the activity of these neurons with the behavior of the car. Moreover, if you look at the lower left side, you see where in the image this decision-making engine looks to tell the car what to do. And you see how noisy it is, and this car drives by looking at the bushes and the trees on the side of the road. That's not how we drive. People look at the road. Now contrast this with our liquid network solution, which consists of only 19 neurons rather than tens of thousands. And look at its attention map. It's so clean and focused on the road horizon and the side of the road. Because these models are so much smaller, we actually understand how they make decisions. So how did we get this performance? Well, in a traditional AI system, the computational neuron is the artificial neuron. And the artificial neuron is essentially an on-off computational unit. It takes in some numbers, adds them up, applies some basic math, and passes along the result. And this is complex because it happens across thousands of computational units. In liquid networks, we have fewer neurons, but each one does more complex math. Here's what happens inside our liquid neuron. We use differential equations to model the neural computation and the artificial synapse. And these differential equations are what biologists have mapped for the neural structure of the worms. We also wire the neurons differently to increase the information flow. Well, these changes yield phenomenal results. Traditional AI systems are frozen after training. That means they cannot continue to improve when we deploy them in the physical world, in the wild. We just wait for the next release. Because of what's happening inside the liquid neuron, liquid networks continue to adapt for the equation. It's complex because it happens across thousands of computational units. In liquid networks, we have fewer neurons, but each one does more complex math. Here's what happens inside our liquid neuron. We use differential equations to model the neural computation and the artificial synapse. And these differential equations are what biologists have mapped for the neural structure of the worms. We also wire the neurons differently to increase the information flow. Well, these changes yield phenomenal results. Traditional AI systems are frozen after training. That means they cannot continue to improve when we deploy them in the physical world, in the wild. We just wait for the next release. Because of what's happening inside the liquid neuron, liquid networks continue to adapt after training based on the inputs that they see. Let me show you. We train traditional AI and liquid networks using summertime videos like these ones, and the task was to find things in the woods. All the models learn how to do the task in the summer. Then we try to use the models on drones in the fall. The traditional AI solution gets confused by the background. Look at the attention map. Cannot do the task. Liquid networks do not get confused by the background and very successfully execute the task. So this is it. This is the step forward. AI that adapts after training. Liquid networks are important because they give us a new way of getting machines to think that the task used by the background. The traditional AI solution gets confused by the background. Look at the attention map. Cannot do the task. Liquid networks do not get confused by the background and very successfully execute the task. So this is it. This is the step forward. AI that adapts after training. Liquid networks are important because they give us a new way of getting machines to think that is rooted into physics models, a new technology for AI. We can run them on smartphones, on robots, on enterprise computers, and even on new types of machines that we can now begin to imagine and design, the second aspect of physical intelligence. So by now, you've probably generated images using text-to-image systems. We can also do text-to-robot, but not using today's AI solutions because they work on statistics and do not understand physics. In my lab, we developed an approach that guides the design process by checking and simulating the physical constraints for the machine. We start with a language prompt, make me a robot that can walk forward, and our system generates the designs, including shape, materials, actuators, sensors, the program to control it, and the fabrication files to make it. And then the designs get refined in simulation until they meet the specifications. So in a few hours, we can go from idea to controllable physical machine. We can also do image to robot. This photo can be transformed into a cuddly robotic bunny. To do so, our algorithm computes a 3D representation of the photo that gets sliced, unfolded, printed. Then we fold the printed layers with string sum motors and sensors. We write some code, and we get the bunny you see in this video. We can use this approach to make anything almost from an image, from a photo. So the ability to transform text into images and to transform images into robots is important because we are drastically reducing the amount of time and the resources needed to prototype and test new products. And this is allowing for a much faster innovation cycle. And now we are ready to even make the leap to get these machines to learn, the third aspect of physical intelligence. These machines can learn from humans how to do tasks. You can think of it as human to robot. In my lab, we created a kitchen environment where we instrument people with sensors, and we collect a lot of data about how people do kitchen tasks. We need physical data because videos do not capture the dynamics of the task. So we collect muscle, pose, even gaze information about how people do tasks. And then we train AI using this data to teach robots how to do the same tasks. And the end result is machines that move with grace and agility, as well as adapt and learn, physical intelligence. We can use this approach to teach robots how to do a wide range of tasks, food preparation, cleaning, and so much more. The ability to turn images and text into functional machines, coupled with using liquid networks to create powerful brains for these machines that can learn from humans, is incredibly exciting, because this means we can make almost anything we imagine. Today's AI has a ceiling. It requires server farms. It's not sustainable. It makes inexplicable mistakes. Let's not settle for the current offering. When AI moves into the physical world, the opportunities for benefits and for breakthroughs is extraordinary. You can get personal assistants that optimize your routines and anticipate your needs, bespoke machines that help you at work, and robots that delight you in your spare time. The promise of physical intelligence is to transcend our human limitations with capabilities that extend our reach, amplify our strength, and refine our precision, and grant us ways to interact with the world we've only dreamed of. We are the only species so advanced, so aware, so capable of building these extraordinary tools. Yet, developing physical intelligence is teaching us that we have so much more to learn about technology and about ourselves. We need human guiding hands over AI sooner rather than later. After all, we remain responsible for this planet and everything living on it. I remain convinced that we have the power to use physical intelligence to ensure a better future for humanity and for the planet. And I'd like to invite you to help us in this quest. Some of you will help develop physical intelligence. Some of you will use it. And some of you will invent the future. Thank you.
One million subscribers. Thank you for encouraging and empowering me to live my dream, traveling the world, promoting my favorite sport, table tennis. And as a way of saying thank you, here's a very special video for you. Enjoy.
Get over the fear.
Good to have you here. We got a very special episode today with Ariel Shing.
Ariel Shing is the youngest ever U.S. national champion. She became the U.S. women's singles national champion only a few weeks after turning 15. She's a three-time singles national champion, winning in 2010, 2011, and again in 2013. At the 2012 London Olympic Games, she played a match with the eventual gold medalist from China, Li Xiaoxia. In this best-of-7 match, the game score was 2-2, and she lost the next 2 games by a very narrow margin. No other player in the Olympic Games managed to take 2 games off of Li Xiaoxia in 2012. Fun fact, both Warren Buffett and Bill Gates have supported Ariel over the years. In 2013, Ariel became the North American champion. Ariel's only 26 years old right now, and it's been more than 8 years since she's retired from the sport professionally. I always felt that Ariel was the spark that the US needed to grow table tennis. And now, the US has world-level table tennis players. Today, Ariel's gonna teach us how she became so successful in table tennis and what she did to become an Olympian.
So what are we going to do today?
We have a few drills to show you all, starting from basic to more advanced. We have 6 drills to show you all today.
Awesome.
Each drill will take you one step closer to becoming an Olympian, and each drill will become more and more difficult.
First thing we're going to do is show you what we do before a match.
So before a match, there's usually a 2-minute warm-up. Forehand, backhand, each person gets to loop a little bit. So that's what we'll show you first.
There is a lot of valuable info here, so feel free to pause and rewatch parts while you stand up and try some of the motions.
There's a few things I'm thinking about when I loop beforehand. The first is that the power comes from the legs, goes up into your thighs or hips, and then out from your hips, and then into your arm. And forehand. The first is that the power comes from the legs.
Motions.
There's a few things I'm thinking about when I loop beforehand. The first is that the power comes from the legs, goes up into your thighs or hips, and then out from your hips, and then into your arm.
Now that we've taken our time warming up and we're nice and toasty, let's get to the first drill. The finger breaker.
So for the finger breaker, the way it works is you roll a ball off the table and you try to loop it over the other side.
To loop, you need to put top spin on the ball by brushing up the back of the ball, hitting over the top so that the ball arcs and curves, which is why we call it a loop.
So it's a good way to kind of get used to that motion, getting used to kind of seeing the ball and also getting comfortable with potentially hitting your finger.
So this gets you comfortable with the space at the back of the table so that you can attack even when there's very little space.
Exactly.
Afraid of breaking my finger.
Yeah, that's the point.
Have you ever had an injury doing this?
I've definitely hit my hand doing this, but nothing too bad. No stitches, nothing like that. Get over the fear.
Attack even when there's very little space.
Exactly.
Afraid of breaking my finger.
Yeah, that's the point.
Have you ever had an injury doing this?
I've definitely hit my hand doing this, but nothing too bad. No stitches, nothing like that. Get over the fear.
Okay.
Oh, please. You can start first by rolling it a little faster. The slower you roll, the harder it is.
Oh, cool. In that case,
maybe a little slower. You want to hit it right when it's like here.
okay. Yo, I made it.
Nice.
Thank you. What do you call this grip?
Shake hand.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What do you call this grip?
Pen holder.
Oh. Unicorn horn grip. The armpit grip.
No grip.
Let's move on to our second drill. Drop shots.
So for the drop shots, it's all in the wrist and the fingers. So you really want to make sure you're hitting the ball shortly after it bounces on the table, and you're trying to aim to make it as low as possible and also as short as possible to avoid getting it too long.
Drop shots.
So for the drop shots, it's all in the wrist and the fingers. So you really want to make sure you're hitting the ball shortly after it bounces on the table, and you're trying to aim to make it as low as possible and also as short as possible to avoid getting it too long so your opponent can attack. Nice one.
Chole.
That's a really good drop shot. In the beginning, you'll probably start just kind of staying here and hitting the drop shots, but ideally you want to be able to go in and then out after each one, so it's more like a match. So after each push, you kind of go out, just in case the ball comes long on your side and you're ready to attack. So it also practices your footwork too.
Good.
Next drill is figure 8.
In table tennis, it's really easy to keep going cross court, but it's also where your opponent most likely knows the ball is going. So figure 8 allows you to practice just going down the line, which is a little bit different from what people are used to. And then you also switch sides, so your opponent gets a chance to also practice the same different lines.
In figure 8, you hit the ball parallel on the table and your opponent hits the ball cross court, which eventually makes an 8 on the table. Figure 8 will help you and your opponent play parallel balls in table tennis and seamlessly switch from forehand to backhand.
Oh, yours is great.
Nice.
Thank you. Funny face break for 15 seconds.
We're halfway done. 3 more drills to go. Let's move on to the next drill. The Falkenberg.
This drill is called Falkenberg, and it comes from the city Falkenberg. It goes backhand, step around forehand, and then wide forehand over here. For Falkenberg, the most important thing is your footwork. You want to go backhand, turn away all the way around, and then forehand here like this. But I think the important thing is that even after you hit the ball, you want to make sure you get back always in the ready position.
Oh, yours is great. I can try now. Here goes nothing. On the scale of 0 to Olympian, I think I'm at like 0.5.
Maybe like a -3.
1 million. There.
Scale of 0 to Olympian, I think I'm at like 0.5.
Maybe like a -3.
There are also some drills that you can practice even if you don't have a table tennis table.
In your face! In my face.
2-table Falkenberg. This drill is pretty similar to the Falkenberg, but instead of 1 table, we'll do this drill on 2 tables. This drill can massively improve your footwork.
2 here, and then like 1 here. to figure out when's the exact right timing to hit it. So you usually go bounce, and you'll try to hit it at the highest point. If you're a little closer to the table, maybe a little even before the highest point. If you're farther away from the table, maybe a little bit lower. And then also placement, where you actually want to hit the ball to.
Look how wide it is.
Before the final drill, I have to cover a super important topic that can't be ignored: physical fitness.
So what are the most important muscles to work out for table tennis?
It starts from the ground up. So your legs are important, your hip, and then the more advanced you become, the smaller and smaller the muscles get. So you go all the way to your fingers when you become a pro.
How do you work out your fingers?
I used to use a bar and kind of roll up a weight from underneath to practice grip strength, roll it up and roll it down. Also pinching people.
What are some good exercises that people can do at home if they don't have access to a table tennis club to get their muscles in shape to improve?
One exercise I like a lot is wall sits.
So how do you do wall sits?
We're doing it right now. You just put your back against a wall, and then it really works your core, bit of quads, which is super important to play and also to push off the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Set.
Go.
One easy way to get your wall sits in is while you're brushing your teeth, and you can't be doing much else productive with your hands. As you've seen in the 5th drill, table tennis at a high level is quite difficult and requires lots of physical strength and stamina, so make sure to do your exercises. Let's move on to our final drill. Random multi-ball.
One person just serves the ball as fast as they can all around the table, and the other person just has to go and respond and react. It's really good to practice your footwork, your reaction time, and it's great because it goes faster than an actual game of table tennis.
This is what multi-ball, I wanted to show the multi-ball.
I think you did a great demonstration. Sorry, that was
Sorry,
my part.
Core strength!
And lastly, don't forget to stretch. Stretching will reduce your risk of injury in table tennis. Also remember,
So when you're in a match, release all your burdens and just focus on playing. So you're kind of your best self in that moment. And also to have fun too.
Yeah.
It is a fun game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. I know I did.
Me too.
Please remember to practice your drills, like, subscribe, and also turn on that notification bell.
and you can follow Ariel on Instagram at ariel.shing.
All right.
Until Ariel on Instagram at ariel.shing.
All right.
Until next time, keep on ponging. Peace.
don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste of resources. The vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste of resources. I think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I don't think we'll put the vocals in this section. I think the vocals in this section. Vocals in this section. I think the vocals in this section. I think it would be a waste of resources. See, there's a way to be in the state of world. To see, there's a way to see, there's a way. 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 In the state of
Sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, sure, man. Hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there.
I don't see there's a way in the state of there's a
cache lui, tu peux te me cache pas.
Hi Adam, long time no see. I would like to challenge you to a table tennis match. Will we challenge him? He says yes.
All 4 junior national gold medals.
Somebody sent Flip, my editor, a Glove 80, and then Flip sent me the Glove 80. I know, crazy line of events, right? So I just got a package that is a case that contains the Glove 80. So I have absolutely no idea what's coming in here. So I'm gonna unzip it. Look at that beautiful keyboard. Can we just say how beautiful that keyboard? I have manual focus on right now, so I can't help it. I can't zoom it in. Flip, zoom it in. Flip, zoom it in for me. Beautiful keyboard. Very beautiful case. I think that is such a big W, by the way. Okay, so first impressions, I just picked this thing up. It feels light. Lightness is not necessarily an indicator of quality of any kind, but it does feel light. So when I say light, what I mean is that if I were to compare these two, here, let me unplug my current keyboard. If I were to compare the two, you can see there is a vast difference in size. There also does appear to be a slight difference in key layout. Thumb clusters, it's fine. Thumb clusters are fine, but there's a slight difference in key layout, I would say. Maybe, is there? I'm not sure if there is a slight difference. There might not be a slight difference. I might be making this up. Anyways, so there we go. Pretty cool. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. Do they do vertical adjusting? So that's what I don't know. He did talk about tenting, but I don't see any capability of tenting on this thing. So I don't know. So this thing does have a lower profile. You can see it's a much lower profile, so I assume the switches are, it looks like they're browns. Looks like we got some browns on there. Comparison. To be completely fair, this is a Kinesis with jades on it. So different switches. Kinesis is not hot swappable.
That's not even a question for me, whether we're gonna go take a swing at building the next thing. I'm just incapable of not doing that. There's a bunch of times when we wanted to launch features, and then Apple's just like, nope, you're not launching that. I was like, that sucks. Are we set up for that with AI, where you're gonna get a handful of companies that run these closed models that are gonna be in control of the APIs and therefore are gonna be able to tell you what you can build? Then when you start getting into building a data center that's like 300 megawatts or 500 megawatts or a gigawatt, just no one has built a single gigawatt data center yet. From wherever you sit, there's gonna be some actor who you don't trust. If they're the ones who have like the super strong AI, I think that that's potentially a much bigger risk.
Mark, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me. Big fan of your podcast.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. Okay, so let's start by talking about the releases that will go out when this interview goes out. Tell me about the models. Tell me about Meta AI. What's new? What's exciting about them?
Yeah, sure. So, I think the main thing that most people in the world are going to see is the new version of Meta AI, right? So it's, and the most important thing about what we're doing is the upgrade to the model. We're rolling out Llama 3. We're doing it both as open source for the dev community, and it is now going to be powering Meta AI. So, there's a lot that I'm sure we'll go into around Llama 3, but I think the bottom line on this is that with Llama 3, we now think that Meta AI is the most intelligent AI assistant that people can use that's freely available. We're also integrating Google and Bing for real-time knowledge. We're going to make it a lot more prominent across our apps. So, basically, at the top of WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook and Messenger, you'll just be able to use the search box right there to ask any question. And there's a bunch of new creation features that we added that I think are pretty cool, that I think people enjoy. I think animations is a good one. You can basically just take any image and animate it. But I think one that people are going to find pretty wild is it now generates high quality images so quickly. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to play with this, that it actually generates it as you're typing and updates it in real time. So you're like typing your query and it's kind of like honing in on, and it's like, okay, here, show me a picture of a cow, okay, in a field with mountains in the background. It's just like everything's popular. Yeah, eating macadamia nuts, drinking beer, and like it just and just like it's updating the image in real time. It's pretty wild. I think people are going to enjoy that. So that I think that's what most people are going to see in the world, right? We're rolling that out, not everywhere, but we're starting in a handful of countries, and we'll do more over the coming weeks and months. So that I think is going to be a pretty big deal. And I'm really excited to get that in people's hands. It's a big step forward for Meta AI. but I think, you know, if you want to get under the hood a bit, the Llama 3 stuff is obviously the most technically interesting. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're basically for the first version, we're training 3 versions, you know, an 8 billion and a 70 billion, which we're releasing today, and a 405 billion dense model, which is still training. So we're not releasing that today. But, you know, the 8 and 70, I mean, I'm pretty excited about how they turned out. I mean, it's, you know, they're leading for their scale. You know, it's, I mean, we'll release a blog post with all the benchmarks so people can check it out themselves. And obviously it's open source, so people get a chance to play with it. We have a roadmap of new releases coming that are going to bring multimodality, more multilinguality, bigger context windows to those as well. And then, you know, hopefully sometime later in the year, we'll get to roll out the 405, which I think is you know, in training, it's still training, but for where it is right now in training, it is already at around 85 mmLU, and just we expect that it's going to have leading benchmarks on a bunch of the benchmarks. So I'm pretty excited about all of that. I mean, the 70 billion is great too. I mean, we're releasing that today. It's around 82 mmLU and has leading scores on math and reasoning. So I mean, it's I think just getting this in people's hands is going to be pretty wild.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's the first time hearing this benchmark. That's super impressive.
Yeah,
and
the 8 billion is nearly as powerful as the biggest version of Llama 2 that we released. So it's like the smallest Llama 3 is basically as powerful as the biggest Llama 2.
Okay, so before we dig into these models, I actually want to go back in time. 2022 is, I'm assuming, when you started acquiring these H100s. But you can tell me when.
Yeah.
Where you're like, stock price is getting hammered. People are like, what's happening with all this CapEx? People aren't buying the metaverse. And presumably you're spending that CapEx to get these H100s. Back then, how did you know to get the H100s? How did you know we'll need the GPUs?
I think it was because we were working on Reels. So, you know, we got into this situation where, you know, we always want to have enough capacity to build something that we can't quite see that we're on the horizon yet. And we got into this position with Reels where we needed more GPUs to train the models, right? It was this big evolution for our services where instead of just ranking content from people who you follow or your friends and whatever pages you follow, we made this big push to basically start recommending what we call unconnected content. It basically content from people or pages that you're not following. So now kind of the corpus of kind of content candidates that we could potentially show you expanded from, you know, on the order of thousands to on the order of hundreds of millions. So completely different infrastructure. And we started working on doing that.